You're sitting there wondering why she's gone silent. No texts, no calls, no word from her at all. You're probably thinking she's lost interest or worse, she's playing games. But here's the truth. When a woman goes no contact, it's not as simple as you think. And no, this isn't the part where I tell you that you need to beg, chase, or convince her you're worth her time. You're better than that, and I'm here to help you understand exactly why she's doing this, and what you need to do next. First off, no contact isn't a bad sign for you. In fact, it can be a sign that she's feeling something she hasn't fully processed yet. Maybe it's confusion, maybe it's insecurity, or maybe it's just that you've given her the space she needs to realize how much she actually values you. Here's the kicker. The way you respond to this silence is what separates the men who get pushed away from the ones who spark attraction and get the respect they deserve. If you're sitting there thinking, what do I do now? You're in the right place. In the next sections, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to do when she goes silent and how to flip the script to your advantage. No games, no mind tricks. Just real solid tactics that get results in the modern dating world. It's all about being the man she wants, not the one she feels she has to run from. Ready to take control? Let's dive in. 1. Don't chase. Let her come to you. When she pulls away and goes silent, your first instinct might be to chase her down. Text after text, call after call, maybe even showing up unannounced just to get a reaction. I'm going to be blunt. Don't. When a woman is in no contact mode, chasing her is the last thing you should do. You're giving her power. The more you chase, the more she'll pull away. That's just how it works. Let me tell you why. Women are drawn to strength. And when you chase, you show weakness. You show that you're desperate, that you're waiting for her to decide if you're worth her time. You don't need that kind of energy in your life. The reality is, you don't want to be in a situation where you're begging for her attention, especially when she's already made it clear she's pulling back. So, stop. Take a deep breath. Step back. And stop putting your life on hold for her. Instead, take control of the situation. The key here is to give her space and time to miss you. Let her wonder what you're up to. Let her feel the absence of your presence. If you're constantly available and chasing after her, she won't have the chance to feel the absence of your energy, and that's crucial. Women need to experience the pull of a man who isn't always around, someone who doesn't need her to validate his worth. You're a man with a purpose, a life, and priorities that go beyond her. Show her that. Now, I know what you're thinking, but if I don't chase, won't she just forget about me? Here's the thing, if she's really interested in you, she won't forget. Women don't forget men who are high value. They just need to realize your value on their own, and the only way that can happen is if you back off. The moment you start chasing, you're robbing her of the chance to figure this out for herself. This tactic works because you're acting from a position of strength. Instead of chasing her, you're putting the ball in her court. You're telling her that you're not going to beg for her attention or approval. You're confident enough to let her come to you when she's ready. And believe me, if she's got any genuine interest in you, she will come around. Women can't resist men who know their worth and act accordingly. What happens next is entirely up to you. You can continue being the man who chases and chases, or you can be the man who respects himself enough to pull back and give her the space she needs. Trust me, the second approach is the one that gets results. At the end of the day, a woman who goes silent is either working through her feelings, dealing with something on her own, or trying to see if you're really the kind of man who can stand his ground. The more you chase, the more you fail her test. The more you back off and show that you're not desperate for her attention, the more likely she is to respect you. And respect is what ultimately leads to attraction. So take a step back, stop chasing, and let her come to you when she's ready. You'll be in a far better position to win her over than if you continue to chase. The power is in your hands. 2. Let her see you. Living your life. One of the biggest mistakes men make when a woman goes silent is to get consumed by the situation. You sit there staring at your phone, checking it every few minutes, trying to figure out when she's going to text back. You might even feel like you've lost control over your own life. Here's the hard truth. When you start obsessing over her silence, you lose sight of your own worth. You're not waiting for her to come back into your life. You're simply letting her control your emotions and your actions. Here's what you need to understand. When a woman goes silent, it's often because she wants to see how you react. Are you going to sit around, brooding and waiting for her to come back? Or are you going to live your life as you normally would, showing her that you don't need her to feel complete? The key is to live your life as if she doesn't exist. No, I'm not saying you should forget about her entirely. But what I am saying is that you should never let her silence derail your world. You've got your own goals, ambitions, and passions. Don't let them slip just because she's not around. Whether it's work, hobbies, friends, or anything else that gives your life meaning, double down on those things. Let her see that you're still the same man, living your life, moving forward, and succeeding. The reason this works so well is simple. People, including women, are attracted to those who are busy with something greater than themselves. When you show her that your world doesn't revolve around her, you're subtly communicating that you have your own value. You're not just waiting for her to make up her mind. You've got a life, and she's not the center of it. That's powerful. The more you focus on yourself, the more interesting you become. Women respect men who are self-sufficient and driven. They don't want a man who will drop everything just because they've gone quiet. In fact, they respect a man who can maintain his own life and continue pushing forward even when things aren't perfect in his romantic life. By taking care of your own needs and desires, you're showing her that you're not desperate for her approval or validation. You have everything you need within yourself. Now, I'm not saying you should ignore her completely. If she reaches out, you can respond, but don't let it consume you. Keep your responses brief, confident, and focused on your life, not on her. Show her that you've got things to do, places to be, and people to see. When she sees that you're still living your life without her, she'll start to realize that you don't need her to feel fulfilled. That's a huge shift in the dynamic between you two. By living your life fully and with purpose, you'll start to change the way she views you. She'll see you as someone who is high value, someone who doesn't need her to complete him. This is the kind of energy that women find irresistible. They don't want to be with a man who is waiting for them to rescue him from loneliness. They want to be with a man who is already whole and confident in his own skin. So, stop waiting around. Stop putting everything else on hold just to see if she'll text you back. Get busy living your life. It's the only thing that will truly grab her attention and make her see that you're the kind of man she can't afford to lose. And when you live this way, not only will you increase your chances of winning her back, but you'll also increase your own respect for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you deserve a woman who adds value to your life, not one who takes it away. 3. Focus on building yourself, not just winning her back. When a woman goes silent, it's easy to fall into the trap of obsessing over how to get her back. You start thinking about what you can do to make her notice you again, how you can win her favor, and what moves you need to make to get her to reach out. But here's the deal. The best way to get her to notice you isn't by focusing on her at all. It's by focusing on yourself. Let her see you evolve into the best version of yourself, and she'll either come back or respect you from a distance. You see, when you're constantly thinking about how to win her back, you're putting all your energy into her, while she's probably using her time to think about what she really wants out of the relationship. Women, like men, are drawn to individuals who are constantly growing and improving. So instead of wondering what's going on in her mind, you need to be focused on what's going on in yours. What areas of your life can you improve? Where can you get better? How can you become the best version of yourself? Start by looking at your health. Are you taking care of your body? Are you working out regularly, eating right, and making sure you're physically strong and healthy? If not, now's the time to start. Women are attracted to men who have discipline, who take care of themselves and their bodies. It shows strength and self-respect, which are qualities that immediately draw respect and admiration. Next, focus on your career or your passions. Are you where you want to be professionally? Is there room for improvement? Or do you need to push harder to reach the next level? Now is the time to pour energy into your work, your business, or your personal projects. Don't get stuck on the idea that your romantic life should be your main focus. When a woman sees you working hard, striving to succeed, and continually improving, it will make you more attractive to her. It shows that you're someone with purpose, someone who isn't just living for a relationship, but who has ambitions and goals of his own. What about your social life? Are you spending time with friends, meeting new people, and expanding your network? Building a strong social circle makes you more appealing to a woman. A man with a great social life is seen as confident, outgoing, and valuable, traits that are naturally attractive. If you're always isolated, waiting for her attention, you're not showing that you can thrive on your own. If you don't have a full life outside of her, then your value drops in her eyes. By making your own world better, you not only become more interesting, but you also show her that you're not dependent on her for happiness. And then there's the mental aspect. Are you improving your mindset? Are you reading, learning, and challenging yourself to think differently? Building mental resilience is just as important as physical strength. Women are attracted to men who have a strong sense of who they are, who are emotionally stable, and who can handle challenges without falling apart. A man who is constantly working on his mindset becomes a source of strength, which is exactly what women want in a partner. You need to understand this. When you focus on building yourself, you're not just improving for her. You're improving for you. You're becoming a better man, a stronger man, a more confident man. And that's exactly the kind of man a woman wants to be with. She doesn't want a man who is desperate to win her back. She wants a man who is living his life, becoming better, and who doesn't need her validation to feel whole. As you continue to work on yourself, you'll start to see results in every area of your life. The woman who once went silent may notice the changes in you, and when she does, she'll be intrigued. She'll want to know more about this man who is growing and evolving. And even if she doesn't come back, you'll be in a far better place mentally, emotionally, and physically than you were before. Building yourself is the ultimate power move, and it's the most effective tactic to handle her silence. Keep improving, keep growing, and you'll become the kind of man who attracts the right people, her or someone even better.